Hello everybody, how's it going? Oh, fucking hell. Jesus Christ. Hello everybody, how's it going, and welcome back to another video. I thought we'd take a little break from the Let's Plays for this one video, because I wanted to do a discussion, I want to talk about some stuff that's been circulating around the community, and essentially, I'm copying the Creed. And that's a thing. But I wanted to do a little bit of a discussion, so I thought we would do that. Before we begin, however, I want to tell you guys about this app. So I get emails all the time saying, you know, talk about our app. And normally they're all complete shit, but this one is incredibly relevant to the channel, and I just thought we had to talk about it. So it's an app completely dedicated to the Assassin's Creed community. It works on, you know, tying us together and allowing us to communicate with each other in a really, really cool, different way. There's tons of posts about Assassin's Creed on here, and it's essentially a Tumblr or Reddit style community, but only for Assassin's Creed. So, you know, you can make your posts, you can share them with your followers and with people on the app, from anything from, you know, fan art to your own story and characters and creations, and things like topics you might just want to bring up with other people in the Assassin's Creed community. Basically, the best place really to be sharing your Assassin's Creed related stuff. You can like posts and get involved with people. You can go ahead and follow me if you want, because I'm on there if you want to go ahead and do that. It's really a great place to meet like-minded people in the Assassin's Creed community, and I feel like us guys really need to go over there, you know, and show it some love, because I think with all of us on there, it'd be a ton of fun talking about Assassin's Creed, sharing, you know, your different art and all that good stuff. I feel like it'd be really, really good and beneficial, and it really helps you guys out, because then you can interact with each other. It's way better than, you know, just going down to the comment section. You can post a topic and everyone can just get involved. You can start a chat and everyone can get involved with that. And, you know, there's a bunch of chats that, like, a bunch of public chats that you can just join, and they'll be talking about, I don't know, the modern day, or, you know, Ezio, or just something you might enjoy, and it just allows you to just go ahead and just join in and talk about that. So, if you want to go and check out the app, you can download it for both iOS and Google Play in the description. Go and check it out. It's a ton of fun. It's a really, really good app, and I recommend you go ahead and download it, because I think you guys will have a ton of fun. So the topic of today's video essentially is whether Assassin's Creed will ever get any kind of reboot, whether that be to the modern day, whether that be in general, like what is the possibilities of ever having a complete total reboot of the Assassin's Creed franchise. Now, there's a lot of things in Assassin's Creed, you know, that we all know about that get retconned, or some things become uncanon, new things become canon. You know, it's very complicated and it's kind of all changing. However, in terms of a full total complete series and franchise reboot where they completely say the old stuff is itself, it's its own canon, and we're gonna start a new canon based upon the Assassin's Creed principles in terms of, you know, Animus, Assassin Templars, Pieces of Eden. However, it's different, it's a separate story entirely. It does not all tie to the other one, and they're two separate universes based upon the same ideas. Will that ever happen? Do I think it'll ever happen? Honestly, I can't see it happening. I think there's too much on the story now, and if they completely change it, then they're going to lose a ton of fans, and, you know, they're always going to have those new players and stuff, but in terms of completely rebooting the story, I don't think we're going to see it. I mean, if it happened, it would be really fucking strange. Like, that would mean that, you know, Desmond doesn't exist. The first Civ would be completely different. Like, what would stay the same? Like, does it mean that, you know, Altair and Ezio never existed? Like, what the fuck? An Assassin's Creed universe where Ezio didn't exist? I don't think I could survive that. But, you know, it's kind of crazy, like, to think if that was ever possible. Now, I'm pretty sure Ubisoft have come out before and said they're not gonna do that. That's something that they don't want to do. However, having said that, it's still very possible that they could do it, because, you know, people change their minds all the time. So it's not set in stone that they won't do it, but it's very unlikely, I think. And I think that's a lot of fans think the same, is, you know, it's probably not gonna happen ever. Now, in terms of rebooting in different ways, it's very possible. When people say reboot, it's still in the same universe, but it's an entirely new story in a sense. So that is very, very possible, and that's something that I think a lot of us kind of want to happen in a way. Now, it won't completely forget the old games at all, but it'll be its own thing. It'll be its own story that, you know, they're finishing up the Phoenix Project in the comics, etc. They're doing all this other stuff, and I think that, you know, it makes a lot of sense for them to go ahead and completely start over, completely fresh with this brand new story. However, it's in the same universe. So Desmond existed, Altair existed, you know, the first Civ was still the same, Ezio was there. everything that happened in the original games happened. However, this is the new beginning of the modern day and the story arc, and they're following something new with new characters and stuff like that. And that essentially would mean that we don't get returning characters. We get little references here and there, because obviously it's the same universe, they want to keep that alive. However, we won't have returning characters, we won't have returning storylines, none of that. It'll be entirely new stuff. Now, that's very, very possible, but again, I think that it's very unlikely, because Ubisoft, I think with Assassin's Creed, tend to rely very heavily on things they've done in the past. You know, with the whole Abstergo Industries, they've got, you know, Otzoberg and Grammatica, you've got Sean Hastings, Bishop, Rebecca Crane. They're characters that I think they like to carry over, and I think they want to use with the reboot. I think that if they were going to reboot the story, in a sense, and give us a brand new story arc, then they're going to use those characters, because they built them up and they want to use them now. And I think Assassin's Creed just doesn't really lend itself to reboots. I just don't think it's possible to really reboot the franchise. It's different when it's something like Batman or Spider-Man or Superman, you know, superheroes that have original comic books and you can translate them over to different media and tell a different story each time. That kind of works, but when it's a game franchise, especially one that only started not even 10 years ago, it's very difficult to then go ahead and reboot it in a sense, because it's not the same as, like, you know, it's not the same as those other forms of media and other characters and storylines. So I think with Assassin's Creed, I don't think we're going to see a reboot anytime soon. However, I do believe with this new game, it's a reboot in terms of gameplay and open world and stuff like that, in terms of them refreshing the franchise in a sense. It's something that they tried to do with Unity and somewhat kind of did, but, you know, it wasn't polished. But with this game, with the next game, I refuse to say the word Empire. I'd rather die. But with the next game, I really, really hope that they can go ahead and, you know, refresh the series in a really nice way that is refreshing and not just a pointless change for the sake of trying to do something new. And I'm really, really looking forward to, you know, with the story being written by Darby McDevitt and the game being, you know, directed and everything by Ashraf Ismail. We assume so. We don't know 100%, but we're 99.9% sure that those were the people working on the game. And it's, you know, I just hope that when the game comes around and we see what's been worked on, we see all the different, you know, the changes they've made, I just hope that the you know, it's rebooted in a sense where it's refreshing, but it still keeps a lot of the core elements, the core principles, the story pillars, and the gameplay elements that we love from Assassin's Creed games, and translates them into a new world and a new experience to play with. And I really want the focus to be player enjoyment and fun, because I don't think Assassin's Creed for a while has understood fun. I don't think they get that players want to have fun. I think they're very caught up in showing off the world and telling their story that they forget that sometimes what the player's playing isn't necessarily fun, because when you do a shit ton of tailing missions and these boring investigations, although it might be accurate to playing as an assassin, it might be telling the story, it might be developing the character, it's not fun to play a 15-minute tailing mission. You'd rather kill yourself than do that. So, hopefully they get a balance right between story, characters, development, gameplay, and fun, and hopefully we can see a reboot in terms of a refreshment of the franchise with the next game. But in terms of a full story franchise reboot, I honestly don't think we're going to be getting it anytime soon. So thank you guys for watching this video. I do hope you enjoyed. About the app I mentioned at the beginning of the video, you can find the links in the description. It was a paid ad to talk about this app. However, just because I was paid to talk about it doesn't demerit the things I said about it. I honestly do think everything that I said, and the whole reason I'm talking about it in this video is because I do honestly think that it's a good app. And I wouldn't do that if I thought that it was bad. Like I said, I've got a bunch of people, you know, emailing me on a daily basis telling me to talk about a bunch of apps. And honestly, this is the first one that I've ever thought, yeah, I'm going to talk about this one, because it's relevant and it's good. So, you know, I thought it would be useful for you guys to know about, because I thought I'd bring it to light. I'm also getting paid to do it, so why the fuck not? But, you know, like I say, it doesn't at all demerit anything that I said just because I'm paid. It honestly is a good app, and you should definitely go ahead and download it. But I had to disclose that because I believe it's illegal not to. So I thought I would do that. and also add it to the description, and please don't arrest me. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to hit that like button, because that'd be absolutely amazing. Comment down in the comment section below, let me know what you guys thought, and subscribe if you are new for more Assassin's Creed talk and all that good stuff. And I'll see you all next time. Bye! Crowds charge over the hills, but these cities had enough. But if we turn and fight, does it almost feel like we will never fall? And if we unite, we can take this fight straight to their castle walls. How am I gonna be an optimist about this? How am I gonna be an optimist about this?